Farmers and their crops are a bit like people with their smartphones. They constantly want the latest model. That is, new crop varieties with improved yield performance and increased reliability. This constitutes a considerable challenge to plant breeders. They have to test large numbers of lines for increasingly difficult to measure crop traits. For example, to find new sorghum varieties that use sunlight more efficiently and therefore yield more, we have to measure how much light different lines use versus how much biomass they produce on hundreds of plots grown in the field. Traditionally, as with this image behind me, getting a set of values for light interception, 100 plots are taking 2 people out in the field in the middle of the day in the Australian summer. This is backbreaking work, usually only attempted by some crazy PhD student like Zhao in the picture. This is where the gecko comes in, a mobile platforming sensor that we can use to measure many values at once, allowing us to get thousands of plots done in the same amount of time it took those 2 people to do 100 for light interception, and also acquire at the same time measurements relating to things like biomass, greenness, NDVI, all from the comfort of that cabin. Compared to a drone, it lets us measure things in higher resolution with sensors that are a weight too heavy for efficient flights. And at the same time, the data from multiple sensors at once can then be collected in milliseconds rather than having to do separate flights. So far, we have collected data across multiple years with a subsection of training plots done at the same time with manual measurements to compare with the values we obtained from the gecko, and a platform to explore these relationships between various traits using statistical analysis as well as new machine learning algorithms. This allows plant breeding programs to use similar sensor assemblies and our algorithms to measure traits that previously were too difficult to obtain, such as doing non-destructive measurements of biomass, so they can continue to deliver better yielding and better climate-adapted crops varieties that our farmers will want to upgrade to.